Hi guys, welcome to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Manny, aka Juan Solo.
I'm Terrence, aka Dark Chocolate.
And we're going to talk about some news on Episode 9, Episode 8, some Rogue One. But first, let's talk about Episode 7. It's still doing real good.
Right.
It's kind of died down a little bit because of Kung Fu Panda, The Revenant, and all this Oscar buzz on The Revenant. But it's at $1.98 billion.
Right. And it's still leading domestically, like over 800 million domestically. So
it could potentially be the first domestic movie to hit 900 million.
It could. I mean, it's losing some steam though. I think it was, what was it, like fourth in the box office this week?
Yes, it was.
So I mean, it was 10 million though. I mean, 10 million in week what? 7, 8.
I mean, it opened December 17th.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to catch Avatar, obviously.
No.
But it does have some potential to catch Titanic.
Okay, yeah.
Because Titanic's
can still do that.
2.3, I think, 2.2, something like that. So it's a little kind of close.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the with all the the box office and how well it's doing, it's already starting to come out on. It's going to come out on Blu-ray pretty soon.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was still like in the top 10 and it comes out on Blu-ray?
That would be hilarious. But you know what? I mean, that would actually be kind of cool because you still want to get that experience to hear it on that surround sound and all that good stuff. So you never know, maybe.
Man, this movie ain't never coming to the dollar theater.
But it is going to be coming out on Blu-ray April 5th, 2016. Now, originally, the theatrical version was, I believe it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. The Blu-ray looks to be a little longer at 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Okay, so they add a little bit in there.
Yeah, so they might have added a few deleted scenes, minor scenes. I don't think that Abrams is going to bring out a director's cut.
No, that's what's sad about it too. Is that we want a director's cut because it seems like there were some things that would have been filled in better with the stuff that they talked about in the Force Awakens book. So that if they had already filmed those scenes to fill them back in, now would have answered some questions that we had with the movie. But I even think too, with this Blu-ray coming out, they missed the opportunity here to have it come out on May 4th.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
If they're gonna have it come out in April, why don't you just push it to May 4th? And
okay, what if they release it like just a standard regular Blu-ray, no nothing, right? And that's in April, and then on May 4th, that's when they have the director's cut. What do you think about that?
That would be awesome, but like I said, there's no plans that I've heard about it.
When it comes to home media, I mean that happens all the time. They try to get as much juice out of everything, so it's a possibility. So
I think they said it was like the original one was around like it was close to 3 hours and they had to cut it down just to so Disney could get more showings.
So it is it's still doing really well at the box office, and now Episode 8, right? So production was delayed on Episode 8 for a little while because of rewrites and stuff like that, to focus a little bit more on the characters, on Captain Episode 6 characters. Now, yes, Captain Phasma is actually going to get a little bit expanded role in the next one. Gwendolyn Christie has already stated that she will be in Episode 8. So, hopefully her role does get a little bit more expanded.
It's funny. I heard on another show and they made a comment. They said that she says she will be back, but she didn't say Captain Phasma will be back, and there was some speculation that she may come back as a different character.
That's interesting. But she needs to bring some redemption to the Phasma character. So hopefully...
No, I assume that she's going to come back as Phasma, but I thought it was funny when they mentioned it. I was like, that would be totally... messed up. I'm gonna say some stuff. That'd be totally messed up that they would hype this up for Captain Phasma and did not bring Phasma back after the way they did it in the first movie. But no, I can't wait till her come back. And when they were talking about her coming back, wasn't she a reason for the delays, or wasn't they were expanding out on characters?
They were expanding a little bit more on Poe, Rey, and Finn, and now Pop too. All right.
It's cold. Keeps messing with me.
Possibly her too. Now, what's interesting is that the Phasma concept on Chrome Trooper and Cape and all that stuff was actually one of the early concepts of Kylo Ren.
Really?
Yeah, that was actually going to be Kylo Ren, but they changed it up, and they liked the Chrome so much that they just decided to keep it and write it as a different character. Okay. Which is probably why it wasn't too much of an emphasis on her.
Because it kind of like did it last minute.
Yeah, because it was kind of last minute. So I get it now that I know this, but still she's kind of wasted anyway.
Right.
Anyway, so because of this production delay, it's actually going to be pushed back. It will not come out in May of 2017. Now, a lot of the Star Wars fans actually really were rooting for it to come out in May of 2017 because that is when the trilogy premiered.
Yeah,
it premiered in the summer.
I mean, all of them for the most part, except for this one, and they all came out in May, and that's basically that's why we have May 4th. So they've all come out in May. Now, the great thing about this one is that it owned December, so that seems like.
And that's what I was going to, and that's what I wanted to get your opinion on. So it is going to be pushed to December 15th, I believe, of 2017. The times or the spot that it was originally going to be in May, Pirates of the Caribbean is now going to take that spot. So do you think that it's a smart move, going by the success of Force Awakens, to have it be a holiday movie?
Yes.
And do you think that that's a wise choice?
I think it's a great choice because The Force Awakens proved that if it has no other competition, it's just going to just steamroll and just gather up as much money as possible. If they do it in May, I mean, summer's already overcrowded as it is. And now with all the Marvel movies coming out and the DC superhero movies coming out and stuff like that, it's jam-packed. So why put a big movie that you invest? Last movie was $200 million. It was like, why put a movie that you invested so much money into where it's going to be, I mean, you guys are going to be fighting for the same dollars, and where you can put it back in December where it just crushed and have no competition. And it was like, I'm sorry, Star Wars fans, it's like now the Star Wars release month is now December, which is fine because it didn't stop anybody from going to the movie theaters. So,
even though it like you said, steamrolled the competition, you had some moderate successes like Sisters. You had some moderate successes there. But to your point about no competition, nobody wants to go head to head to it. James Cameron has sent back Avatar 2, which was supposed to open next December. And he pushed it back because he did not want to go head to head.
James Cameron got phone checked. Do you understand that? He was basically there on the phone, and Star Wars says, "Get off the phone. Get off the phone. We're taking December. We're taking December." And he was like, "All right, man, hold up." He hung up, moved the hell on out.
Yep, exactly. Now Avatar does start shooting in April, and we'll see when it actually opens. Now, I believe that it could do something in Thanksgiving. That's a potential, okay. But because it opened in December, the first one opened in December, and it did also some good money.
Right.
So maybe that'll be the spot in November, possibly. I don't know, because I don't think you want to put Avatar in the summer.
No. And what's funny is that now I don't think we have a blockbuster season anymore. The way all these have been added on is now it seems like the year is going to be full of blockbusters, especially when we get to 2017. The year is going to be full of blockbusters, and now it'll be like every month there's going to be a huge movie that comes out, as opposed to having that dead part of the season. Not like normally it was like the beginning of the year where we had the dead part. Now we got stuff like Deadpool and Batman vs. Superman that are coming out. Now, going forward, it's going to be like that all the time, so you're going to have something to look forward to all through year. So
yeah. So, we'll see, we'll have to see how that turns out for Cameron and company when they finally do bring that back. But Star Wars Episode 8 is going to bring some pretty solid numbers when it comes out.
Cameron, don't let them punk you.
So, going into the chronological here, Episode 9.
Okay.
This is some pretty interesting stuff. Now, the director does want to shoot it on film.
Okay.
He does not want to shoot it on digital. This one, he wants to go all out.
Okay.
But for the first time in the whole saga, he wants to shoot some IMAX scenes in actual space.
Wait. I'm not laughing because it's ridiculous. I'm laughing is that they have so much money that they're gonna shoot a rocket into space to record space footage for a movie that has the most unrealistic space physics. So he wants realism in a movie that's so unrealistic for science fiction.
But don't you think that would actually give it some credibility? I guess maybe to actually have to be the first science fiction movie in movie history.
He's gonna go into space, and he's gonna film just space.
I don't know.
Is he gonna film Earth?
Maybe.
Is Earth now as part of the Star Wars galaxy?
Well, it doesn't have to be Earth. I mean,
Then what's the point?
I think it's interesting. It's an innovative freaking look at the film.
I could turn the lights off in the room and call it space. Because that's what he's going to be filming. If he's not going to be shooting Earth, and it's like, I'm in space, and then I'm shooting Earth, and I'm showing the Earth in space, that's cool. I'm in space, and I'm just shooting stars. Or I'm just shooting darkness. He could go in a room, turn the lights off, and get about $100 million from Disney and say, I went to space. Yeah. Wasn't it great? This is what space looks like. This is what space looks like.
If you're gonna conclude a third trilogy,
all right,
why not go all out and freaking shoot in space? That'd be freaking awesome, I think.
How about we perfect the whole CGI people thing that we can't seem to get right in movies? How about we spend some money on that, then go into space?
Okay,
how about we spend some money on Captain Phasma and get her a good story?
Can we get Gwendolyn paid, please?
Yes. Can we do some other stuff? Look. The whole thing about it is that it's not real space. I don't need to see real space. I believe planets blow up in explosions. I believe the Death Star can shoot a laser across space and absorb a sun. I believe all that. I don't need real space. I already believe the stuff that makes no sense.
Okay, fine. How about this? 1, don't save Matt Damon.
Don't save Matt Damon.
And 2, don't shoot in space. Give me Spaceballs 2 and the search for more money, and we'll be all right.
All right, so if they go to space and they film Matt Damon in space, then I'll be happy about it. I'll be happy about it.
All right. Either way, I'm looking forward to it anyway. So whatever. All right. So now that we're talking about now that we've talked about December pretty much being the go-to month for episode 7, now episode 8. This December we got Rogue One.
Right.
Rogue One's coming out. Okay. Now this is the first spin-off. We talked about it previously in other Rule of Two shows. Everybody knows that Darth Vader is coming back. It's going to be a bigger role for him. And there are also what's called Death Troopers.
Oh yeah.
Their Death Troopers are going to make their first appearance on screen, and I believe they're Stormtroopers, but they're all in black.
Okay.
So I guess,
So this kind of reminds us of like the things we saw in the original trilogy, where we saw like the indoor forest troopers and stuff like that. We started getting they started branching out and show us that there's different types of
stormtroopers. I think the Hoth ones, the ones that
okay. So we had the snow troopers, and then we had the forest troopers.
Scouts.
Yeah, the scouts.
Yeah,
and then we had we had like the Imperial Guard and stuff like that. When like they still
the red ones.
Yeah, when we really started branching out. So I'm happy to see stuff like this.
Yeah, that's gonna be freaking awesome, I think. Now this is a spin-off, and it does take place after episode 3, before episode 4. So there's going to be a possibility that Han Solo is going to make an appearance, and we'll get a first.
Please don't be Han Solo. Please don't be Han Solo. Please don't be Han Solo.
We'll get a first glimpse at what Han Solo is going to be like before he tackles his spin-off. Now another one is going to be Boba Fett. Boba Fett more likely is going to be in Rogue One.
Okay, I'm fine with him in Rogue One. Just don't give him a spin-off movie.
Now, it's either going to be Boba Fett himself, or it's going to be his ship, the Slave One. Okay. It's going to be painted differently because the Slave One is owned by his father, Jango Fett. The D is silent, and so
I'm sorry, it was so hilarious.
That's more than likely DJ Ango. DJ Ango Fett. Right. So that's gonna be a possibility there. So hopefully that happens. Now here's an interesting rumor that Felicity Jones' character is Boba Fett's daughter.
Don't do this. Don't do.
How many daughters and I need Darth Maury in here.
Don't do this. Don't do this. People weren't happy to do the whole Jango and Boba thing, and it was like they barely bought into that. And it was like, now we have to say that this BA bounty hunter who he's focused on his targets and stuff like that.
He had a love
interest, and it was like, he messed with her because the way we're going forward now with Star Wars is that they're done with clones. I mean, it's still a term and a thing, but nobody's really using the clones anymore. So we're gonna say that he went back to the Geonosians, or what were they called? I can't remember. Sorry. Pretty cool stuff. You try to forget some of the details to it. So he went back to them, and then he got another clone, and he's like, "Hey, make another one of me, but this time make it female." Or that's weird. And it's like, or he had a love interest in his bounty hunting days. You know, he found somebody, because you can't say like, "Oh, he was a bounty hunter and he just knocked up some girl on a side, then he went back and got her." But it's like, don't do this. Don't do this. This
like rape theories all over you.
Yeah, exactly. This is not something that needed to do. Just
like, we don't want to overthink the whole thing, as it is. So.
Like, their stories are their stories. Don't spend too much time expanding on the story. Just give them a new thing. Don't try to branch it off too far. Just give them a new thing that we may have not seen, how it ties into something else. Don't make up new stuff just for the simple making up new stuff. That's almost we're like trying to like, in case we want to kill Boba Fett, then we can say his daughter took over, blah blah, or maybe his daughter's Captain Phasma type deal.
Maybe. So
I said the theory first.
So, so Darth Vader and the Death Troopers and all that, they're going to be making their appearances and all that good stuff. Now, there's actually another main villain that's supposed to come up in Rogue One, and the way he looks, as far as his appearance and his concept, I just, for some reason or another, I think that it's Starkiller from The Force Unleashed.
Well, I would like it.
I saw the concept art, and he resembles the freaking Starkiller. That's what he resembles to me.
That would be great, but they said no Jedi.
Well, he's not Jedi.
Well, okay,
he's got a lightsaber.
He's technically a Sith, but it's like the whole point is that, and the whole point they said in Rogue One is that we would see no Jedi. And at this point, and I know in the game he was the secret apprentice
to Darth Vader.
But then now we're not gonna be thinking about Vader anymore. And it was the whole point. It was like, oh, Vader's here. That's cool. Vader's here. Now we're gonna think about the apprentice. Don't do that.
What would you? What do you
Maybe
think
it's just
about?
A guy that looks like him.
No, but what do you think if it's Snoke?
Snoke is that young?
Yeah.
Man, what happened to him in that short period of time?
Hey, man, the freaking age, man, freaking in the beard. Well, because they Maz Kanata's and freaking Mos Eisley, and they hit that shit. Well, you never know, man.
Because they said he was supposed to be like, he has a long lifespan. He's been around for a long time, and it was like to say, hey, I was young, about 30 years ago, and then, man, I had a hard life. Whoever cut me in the face and dented my jaw and my head, it was a rough thing after that. So I mean, it could be Snoke. Yeah, it could be Snoke, but
who knows?
I mean, why make him that young?
Who knows? Really interested to know what you guys think about any of these rumors, and what you think about any of the episodes that are coming up. What are your theories? What do you think that is going to happen here? So look forward to it. Leave your comment at the bottom. On behalf of Terrence, I'm Manny, and that was a rule of two.
Say these guys.
Cut.
All right. See, that was a quick one.
That was a quick one.
Yeah.
That was really quick.
Yeah.
That's marker formation.
Marker. The good. Rule of two. Oh my gosh. Take two. Take two, please.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Lord. I'm too old for this.
Was that